Live from New York City, it's the Wendy Williams Show.
Hello, this is the Hot Topic Show. It's what we do.
We won't judge, but we're judging. It's going to be juicy.
Now, here's Wendy.
I live for this. Come on now. Who doesn't love the roar of the crowd? Thank you for watching our show. Appreciate that. And my co-host, my studio audience. Okay. Let's get started. It's time for Hot Topics. Come on. Ooh, you're good. Wow. Okay, so let's talk Lady Gaga. Say goodbye to Gaga as you know her. If you're a real fan, you will accept the following. Well, now, easy, okay? She just announced that she's saying goodbye to all of her crazy costumes. Exactly, like there, no more meat dress, no more bubbles, no more mermaid lady. Like none of this stuff. You know, she wants people to focus only on her music. Yeah, yeah. I think because, you know, there's so many talented people out there. And really, you know, it's very, very difficult to be that one that you guys adore. And because believe me, churches and schools are filled with people who sing better than Mariah Carey, Lady Gaga, Adele, whatnot. And we all know this. We all know this. But you've got to have a hook to hook people in. And then the connections to get there, it's very unfortunate. But you know, so her hook to get us in was, you know, dressing like a clown. What else do you call that? But it worked. It made you look. It made you look. And then you focused on Stephanie. Stephanie is the girl right here. That's Stephanie. That's the girl from New York who, you know, wanted to sing. And that's the girl who loves her mom and dad. And that's the girl who bought her parents that Italian restaurant, which I've never been to, but I hear that the food is really good and there are only like 12 tables in there. It's like very, very boutique-like. So, you know what? A lot of people in my Hot Topics meeting were saying, well, you know, if she lets go of this stuff, then people are gonna let go of her. I said, no, no, no. Not people who love true vocalists. Yeah, yeah. You know, and to me, she's gaining a sense of self by doing this. You know, she's able to, you know, for instance, did you see how she was walking around the other day? Well, let me just show you her panty shorts. I mean, hey, listen, okay. But she's not walking with people carrying her in an egg. And she's not walking in a meat dress. This is almost normally, remember when she came in the egg to the award show? It's almost normally, she wants to be able to, as she said, show up places like, you know, in jeans and a t-shirt and just sing. Now Stephanie, I wouldn't go that far. Like, I don't want you showing up at the Super Bowl with a meat dress or jeans and a t-shirt. So you've got to find a common medium. And I think that common place. And then they were all upset in the meeting. They were like, well, what is she supposed to do? Show up in an evening gown? I said, why not? Why not? A vintage Halston gown, good hair. She's an odd beauty, good makeup, and just sang. And do a couple of costume changes. But, I'm glad she's let go of the meat dress. It's like, well, anyway, look, Gaga. I mean, Stephanie. Now, look here. I'm not a beehive of yours, but I do appreciate a good singer, and I also can see through why you were wearing all those costumes. You did that to bring people into your world, and now that we're here, you got exactly 108 days before the Super Bowl to figure out what you're gonna do next, because I'm saying, right? Don't come to the Super Bowl in an egg or a meat dress, because now you've released this. But also don't show up in a jeans and t-shirt. So figure something out in 108 days. We're counting. Good luck, Stephanie. Good morning, Suzanne.
Good morning, Miss Wendy. I love them.
You don't say that on the show.
Oh, Miss Wendy? Oh,
yeah,
no.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
That's what the kids call me.
I know, sorry. I channeled my children for a
Yeah.
minute. Sorry.
Well,
That's what they call you when I go home.
Well, that's
How's
because
Miss Wendy.
Because Jack and Pete, they called me Wendy
Yes.
first time, and I'm like, who? I don't know who you're talking to. Anyway, but I like your shoes. Are they comfortable?
Yes, they're very comfortable. I put them on this morning. I was very excited. They were in my office, and they're Wendy Williams.
A little pony Harry.
Yup, I love them.
Yeah.
And they're cushioned. Yes.
Yeah.
There's some cushioning in them.
Wendy
They make
HSN.
my legs feel good.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hey, Suzanne.
Yeah.
Show them how you do the stanky leg.
Oh, yeah.
Do the stanky leg.
And these are perfect because they're pointed. Thank you.
Suzanne.
Thank you.
Suzanne.
Thank you.
So now, Tyra Banks is speaking about her longtime feud with Naomi Campbell. Now, if you remember, when Tyra had her talk show, she invited Naomi on, and Tyra cried, and she was so happy that they finally buried the hatchet. Well, apparently in each other's back. I don't know. Well, Tyra did a recent interview in Sweden, and the thing is that Tyra, I had no idea that you still had felt a ways about this. I thought that this was all done with you and Naomi, but she was over in Sweden. I guess she probably figured we wouldn't see it, but we read and watch everything here. Ermordu. Oh yes, that's how you do it in Swedish. Oh, yes, well. Anyway, take a look at this, and then we'll talk. Take a look.
It wasn't fair to Naomi, but her response was, to this day, I'm very scared of her. But,
how was that response?
I don't want to go too deep into the past, but it was very difficult. Very, very, like some of the lowest times of my life dealing with that.
Was that Tyra's husband sitting there? That was her partner. Oh, her partner. Can we roll it back just to look at him?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Does the rewind button work fast enough? All right.
It wasn't fair to Naomi, but her response was, to this day, I'm very scared of her. But,
how was that response?
I don't want to go too deep into the past, but it was very difficult. Very, very, like some of the lowest times of my life dealing with that.
Okay, so there she was on Swedish TV, and she was talking about Naomi, and I thought that this was all done. Tyra, and we all know people that we will never like again in life. That's just the way it is. But sometimes, you know, after you've grown up, you learn to let things go. That was back when, and Tyra is a few years younger than Naomi. Naomi was the only premier Black model in her realm at that particular time. And then along comes Banks, you know, and Naomi, I guess, didn't like that. And we all know Naomi, I love you, but you know that temper is legendary. And I just, you know, we never heard fighting between like the legendary supermodel Beverly Johnson and Iman fighting against each other and against Pat Cleveland down here at the bottom. We never heard this before. So I get it, the modeling world tries to squeeze only in, you know, only have a couple of Black people at a time, you know, be big and fit. Well, laugh now, reality will set in later. But here's the thing. What you should have said to the interviewer is that you were younger, you were both competitive, but the great thing is that you're both now middle-aged women, you're both over 40. Tyra, you just had a beautiful baby. You've got your partner there right across from you while you're doing this interview. You and Naomi are both still gorgeous and thriving. And, you know, you could have like chalked it up to, oh, we were, you know, two young girls in our 20s, and that's how it goes, you know? Even if you hate her guts, still to this day, you know? But that would have been a better answer. I'm not trying to coach you, I'm just suggesting that it's not such a good look for you to still be talking about the feud between you and Naomi. I mean, you got the reboot of America's Next Top Model going on. Naomi is still a premier model, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know about you all, but Naomi is still with it. So, shout out to both of you. Yeah. Shout out to both of you. And you know what? And shout out to Pat Cleveland. Pat, you know what I forgot to acknowledge? And I know you were on our show towards the end of last season, but around August, I got my Neiman Marcus catalog, and you and your daughter together, first of all, you're on the front, and then you got like a 5-page spread inside. Yeah, no, really fabulous. Really fabulous. Yeah, And you know, I wanted to talk to you the other day about, I'm sorry, somebody dripped honey on the outside of my cup, and so now my hands are all sticky. I'm good. Anyway, so I wanted to talk to you about Kylie Jenner yesterday, but I ran out of time, and the Blac Chyna and the party it looked like they were trying to outdo one another with these birthday parties. All right, so Blac threw a Ferrari-themed party on Saturday for her 4-year-old son, King Cairo. And this is the backyard, it's all going down. This is the house we saw on the reality show, so I'm assuming that's Blac's house. Blac's house. Anyway, then the next day, Kylie threw an even bigger party for King with the exact same Ferrari theme, except she spent more money and had roller coasters and race car tracks. And even the grandmother, that woman, Kris Jenner, was at Kylie's party. Yeah. But at the, okay, so now here's a picture. This is from Chyna's party that she threw for the boy. And okay, there's, Suzanne, please stop.
No, I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything.
When she looks at the wall, her back is to you, you don't see the faces she's making. I'll mimic exactly how she looked at this. Okay, so now clearly Kris and this woman, in my opinion, do not get along, but I love them being in the same picture. It's juicy. Chyna looks very, very happy and about ready to give birth to her second child with Rob. If I had a choice of whose party to go to, honestly, I would definitely go to Chyna's party. You know why? you know, like you could just throw on some Adidas and some leggings and put a hat over top of a messy wig and eat with your hands. And I said to myself, I bet you know, the food was better at Chyna's party, because when I turn on the Kardashians, all I ever see them doing, honestly, is eating salad out of the styrofoam, okay? Okay? Exactly. You can't hear through the TV, but all my co-hosts were like, salad, salad. Yeah, they eat the salad out of that styrofoam with the fork, and they always have that drink with the plastic top on it and the straw. Like, they never use Chyna, not China, but Chyna. Which, there's nothing wrong with that, just an observation that, you know, the food at the Kardashians' party was probably whack. Furthermore, you got paparazzi helicoptering over, I'm sure, in the bushes, and also as invited guests, because you know how they are. In the meantime, you go to Blac's party, Tokyo Tony's there with acid wash jeans. I haven't seen them since, really, girl? Like, she looks fun. Her hat is to the back. She got one of them t-shirts from the swap meet. No, I mean that in a good way. I mean that in a good way. And also, we found out what food they served, which is better than a salad. Look, they had a lemonade stand and a taco grill. In conclusion, happy birthday, King Cairo. Yes. Very nice. Now, I have not eaten at a C, and I've never heard of a U. Now, I love a restaurant with an A, but I will settle for a B. Oh, please. A B just means, you know, there's maybe a roach or two. Listen, I don't tolerate that behavior in Jersey, but that's because everything's spread out. But here in Manhattan, where everything is on top of each other and close, you've got to understand there's roaches and rats every place. And to me, there are too many A's around Manhattan. There are. For those who don't know what I'm talking about the restaurant grading. You know, an A means you're the best, cleaned, the Department of Health is inspected. A B means, all right, you might have a bug or two. You know, get it cleaned up. I've never seen a C in all of my time since we've started this grading, and I damn sure I've never heard of a U. Okay. Well, Gladys night. Okay. Miss Knight, you know, we've met before. I love you, and I'm so team you right now. I just feel bad. It's almost like a cautionary tale with my own kid, like what to do with him and what not to do with him, and how much, you know, to let him in. Okay, so here's now, remember we talked about, you know, she has this chicken and waffle place. There are 3 locations in and around Georgia. She just wants her name off of the menu and off of the outside. This is the last time I spoke to you about this. I was saying, you know, she gave the restaurant to her son, Shenga. Shenga's dad is Barry Hankerson. Now, Barry Hankerson is, you know, a very, very well-oiled money machine in music. If you don't know his name, just know this. Shenga grew up privileged. When you have Gladys's mother, Barry as a father, now maybe emotionally, They might not have been there. I don't know. I don't. No, I'm not. Don't laugh. I'm just saying. You know, with everybody on the road and busy with artists and money and stuff like that, you never know. But in terms of what he wants to do with his life, he goes to his mom. Mom, I want to open a restaurant. I want to call it Gladys Chicken and Waffle. She's like, fine. You know, you can use my name. You're my son. What do we have to do paperwork for it? Hey, go. You know, this is your son. He lived in your That's what I call. He lived in your apartment for 9 months, you know? So the restaurant, the most recent update, first of all, remember I was telling you they were having tax problems and she just wanted to be done with it. He's not a good businessman, allegedly, this Chyna. Well, the most recent update is that the Department of Health came by and they did not pass the inspection because of roach infestation and fruit flies infestation. Now relax about the fruit flies, because first of all, don't we all get those like July and August? The fruit sits in that bowl on our counters at the sink and the fruit flies buzz. So that's not a big deal to me. You know, I'm still going to this restaurant. And you know, the whole thing about the roach thing, so they gave the restaurant a U. I don't even know what a U means except for, They got a U. Gladys, this is what you need to do tonight. Night. Gladys, night. Yeah. This is what you need to do, though, Gladys. You need to get your ladder tonight and go up there and pull that sign down. Take matters into your own hands. Now, if you want to know what they found in there, they found 4 roaches. 2 dead, 2 alive. And what else they find besides the fruit flies?
People were handling food without gloves.
Handling food without gloves. All right, that happens all the time. You girls with those long nails and all that mess being caught in your nail. I mean, you know, that happens all the time. We don't know what goes on at our favorite restaurants. All I can tell you is, look, you know I like my food. There used to be this restaurant really popular in Manhattan, really popular. It was great for soul food and you know, regular food. The drinks were good, the music was always popping, and the who's who, it was like the place to go to be seen. This is when I was single. This is when I was single. It was like, you know, 1990, 91, 92. So I recall being in this restaurant one night, right? And, you know, I'm sitting in the banquette, some friends, and you know, we're having our drinks and stuff, and there's artwork around the restaurant, and a roach. Relax. Why are you all judging? Okay? Roach. Look, the roach was crawling up the painting. The picture that it was crawling up had a pin light on it because, you know, it was fancy, like a fancy, nice place. And what did I do? I didn't call anybody. I watched the roach walk and kept on eating. Like, really? Now, I know I am not the only one who would stay at a restaurant or go if it had a B, or maybe you saw a B rating or you saw a roach. Clap if you're like me and you continue on. Yeah. It is what it is. Chyna, but you get your act together and stop playing like your mom is not smart enough or she's senile or something. Gladys, get that ladder, and if you have anything to say, call the Bureau. We're waiting. How you doing? We've got lots more great videos for you. Just press here to watch the latest juicy hot topics. Press here for celebrity interviews. Go behind the scenes with our after show, or simply subscribe and get them all. I love you for watching.